Hello guys, we're Dave and Sue and this is Flory, our motorhome. And this year we've been all over Europe, France, Spain, Germany, Austria. We've had an absolutely amazing time, but we're now back in the UK. Sue's driven the van for the first time. We visited some beautiful off-grid sites. Our new lithium battery is doing brilliant. So if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Hope you enjoy this one, guys. Hi everybody, we're Dave and Sue. This video is about essential motorhome maintenance. We're on one of our local sites. This is me, Dave. That's Sue there. Hello everybody, hello. That's it. We are basically going to be doing some essential motorhome maintenance. We are at another little site that we frequent quite a lot locally. Today we're going to be basically cleaning out our... Oh.
Sorry guys.
We're not particularly professional, but we do enjoy. Anyway, if you're new here, thanks for watching. If you're not, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Last night we were sitting here watching a barn out, and I've got a bit of film which I can put up at the end of the video just to give you a bit of the nature stuff that we tend to look at sometimes. But anyway, let's get back to the motorhome maintenance bit that we're supposed to be talking about. Today we're going to be cleaning out our freshwater tanks and a wastewater tank, and we're going to show you how we do that. You're supposed to do it every 6 months in reality. We're also going to be looking at some of the little issues that we've had on the motorhome in the last. We've been got back from our French trip. You can see all our French videos on the channel, but we had a few issues over in France with our pump. We seem to have sorted that, and I'll show you how we did it. We also have a few issues around windows, and not to mention sort of screws loose. Sue says I have a screw.
Definitely.
Sue says I have a screw loose most of the time anyway, but we have had a few loose screws and a few little things that have fallen off. So we're going to try.
Nothing major, is it?
Nothing major, just a few little incidents that we don't want to go back to the dealer to have fixed, because at the end of the day it takes time and you're not in the motorhome when you do it. So anyway, hope you enjoy this one. Hope you think it's interesting. Hope it's useful to you. We'll get on with it now. Right, so we're using a product called Purisol, which I'll put up here now. There it is, Purisol. And this is a liquid-based product which you basically add to your tank. So I'll talk you through how we do that. It's not very clear on the instructions on the bottle here of exactly how much water you need in the tank before you add the Purisol. I actually think that it's a good idea to be putting it into a tank with some water in. Then when you fill up, because you need to fill it up with the Purisol in, it will mix it with the water, the fresh water that's already in there. But anyway, I'm going to now put these caps into the tank. When you look at the instructions, it's basically telling you that you need 3 capfuls for 25 litres of water. We have 100 litres in our tank. That's our capacity. So we will be putting in 3 capfuls per 25 litres. That's 25 litres goes into 100 4 times, so we need 4 times 3 capfuls. We need 12 capfuls, and I'm now going to fill that up. Oh, 1 capful, 2 capfuls.
No.
So that's the full 12 capfuls gone into the tank. Alright guys, so I don't know if you can see that, I'll try and show you. That 12 capfuls has basically taken around about just over 1/3 of the bottle. Like I said, we've got a 100 litre tank, so we needed 12 because it's 3 capfuls per 25 litres. Now I'm going to fill the tank up. We're on a fully serviced pitch, which is perfect for this. Because if you're not on a fully serviced pitch, you know, it's going to be quite a task. We have to leave this. Once I've filled this tank up, you then run them through the tap, run the water through all the taps, just run it so that it got into the pipework, and then you leave it. If it's a 50 litre tank or below, you leave it for, I'll read it actually just to be absolutely sure. I think it's 2 to 4 hours. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. If it's a 50 litre or below, 2 to 4 hours in the tank before you do anything. If it's a 50 litres or above, it's 4 to 8 hours. I think we're going to leave ours for 6 or 7, and then I'll show you then what you have to do after that. but now literally we will fill the tank up. Yeah, so like I said guys, we're on a fully serviced pitch, which is fantastic. I've got my grey waste coming out here, and I've got a tap going straight into the tank. So let's go for it. See how long that takes to fill up. I'm going to double check again. Oh, that's it.
I'm just diarying it.
Sue's diarying it for another 6 months.
Yeah.
I think we've probably just over 6 months that we've done this for this.
Only 4.
Yeah. Okay, you can see that's coming now into the tank, and within a little while that will be full, and then when it's full we will run the water through the pipework by opening the taps in the kitchen and the shower and the bathroom, and we'll probably use the loo brush as well while we're at it. Now while we're here, I just want to show you what I've done in terms of the grey waste pipe. I did put a video on about a year and a bit ago of how to fit a grey waste pipe on this Bailey Adamo. Hello Mr. Swallow, how cool. Your grey waste pipe, which is supplied by Prima Leisure, was originally bringing in the waste out down here on the right hand side. Now that was fine. We lost that pipe, it fell off, it was broken off in Scotland, and lots of people lose those pipes because it's too low to the ground. So I then decided, well, how about a really easy fix? And what I've done, by using collapsed pipes like these, which I'm using for the grey waste, I've bought an extra set of collapsed pipes, and there you can see them under there with all that waterproofing and lagging pipes and tape work under there, and I've just basically cable tied those collapsed pipes to the chassis and brought it out the back here. It's really simple. It took no time at all. Anybody could do it, and it's pretty much fail safe. I had that on now for well over a year and had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. We did a tour to Spain, we've been to France. You know, the Prima Leisure supplied grey waste pipe only lasted for 3 months, so you know that's a really good recommended solution of how to get your grey waste out of the back of the van. We did find in France that if you have a central grey waste pipe, it's coming out of the back of the van in the centre, it is so much easier when you've got motorhome service points and your grey waste drain is across the van, because then if it's not, and if you've got the grey waste pipe coming out onto one side or the other, you really got to manoeuvre the van around to get it so that grey waste goes into the drain. Much easier to have it coming out of the back centre. Okay guys, yeah, okay, Sue's just said the tank is full, so the tap's going off, and now we'll run it through the taps.
Does it matter which way round?
Okay guys, so we've just filled up the tank, no problem. Now we're going to run some of the water through the pipes. Just keep it running for a bit.
Does it matter which hot?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Does it?
So that's the hot water. Just run it so it's.
You don't want to use too much.
No, but you'll be running stuff that's already in the pipe. So we do want to just run a bit. Okay. Now it's cold. That'll do.
You've set your alarm for 6 hours, haven't you?
Oh yeah, set my alarm for 6 hours actually. Now we do use our shower for storage.
The shower is already over.
Oh yeah, so you've got the shower.
The outlet.
Yeah, the drain.
So I just need, because we use this as a bit of storage a lot of the time. So okay, so that's one way.
Just let it run through. You can hear there's a little bit of air still in there, so getting it out of the tank is good news.
Well, I think that's enough.
Fine. What we're trying to do here, guys, is we're trying to run that water with the cleaner in it through the pipes and let it stay in the pipes, and that way those 6 hours we've got the cleaned water in the pipes, and it's acting to clean the pipes as we leave it in the pipes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'd say now we are going to avoid using the taps.
Yeah.
For 6 hours.
That's it, because we've now got the water with the cleansing solution in it, and you could just flush the loose.
Oh, it wasn't open.
Oh yeah, sorry, my fault.
That's it, that'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
All right, so we're done. So we've basically got water with the cleansing solution through all the pipes and in the tank. And of course, what happens is when we come a bit later on to do the final bit, which is flushing everything through and getting rid of that water with the cleansing solution in it, as we run it through the taps, everything's going to go then into the grey waste tank, and the pipes, the waste pipes, so even the waste pipes and the grey waste tank are going to get cleaned too.
I thought you wanted to do the aqua roll thing.
Good point. Now you see, my wife, as usual, puts me right. So we have an aqua roll, which we'd probably need to fill up, and then
perhaps tomorrow, do you think?
No, I'll do it now.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got the whole thing here, because the aqua roll probably got it's been all over the place. It's a good idea to get that cleaned as well, so I'll do that now. So what I'll do is, that's a 40-litre tank, so I'll probably need 2 capfuls in there when I fill it up, so I'm going to go and do that now as an additional. Okay, so I'm now going to fill up my aqua roll from the tap, and when I've done it, and as I'm doing it, I will add a couple of capfuls of this Purasol, and that way we'll leave that as well for 6 hours, and then we can clean that out, because it's been everywhere with me. It's been everywhere, this aqua roll has been all over Europe really. So although I must admit, in France we really didn't need it, because we ended up on lots of sites where we just filled up straight from the service point, or we use bags of water. We've got some water bags, they're 5 litres each, so 4 of those gives you 20 litres, and that kept us going for a day or so. Right. So first mistake, I've just put 2 capfuls in this aqua roll. Actually what I need to do, it's 40 litres, so I really need 3 per 25, so I certainly need about 5, so I need another 3 in here, which I'm going to do now. Hi guys, so basically it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's a time to get rid and flush all the tank out, the freshwater tank, flush it out through the taps. We have hello Sue.
Hi.
And so here we go. So we're going to be putting on every tap, probably hot and cold, and flushing it out. I think we've got somewhere around, we should have a full tank, because we filled it up this morning. So here goes. So you put that
Does
on.
it matter which way first?
I don't think so. Just keep it on. I'll put the shower on.
I'll do it, David.
Sue's going to do it. Hang on. Whoops.
I don't want to flood in here though, so I've got to keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't drain away quick enough, you know.
And this one. Open that a minute. Okay, there we go. It's interesting, since we've done the pump adjustment, of what sort of flow we're getting from every tap.
Because they're all going at once, it will reduce.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I imagine. Yeah, but it's all right.
I'll just keep looking at the tank and seeing how we're getting on.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I need a light in here, really. Sorry, guys. Let me see. The pump's making a right racket. I don't know if it's on the way out, but at least it's pumping stuff through. You can see, actually, you probably can't see it, but there's a little bit of a scum on top of that, which is obviously all the Purasol, which is mixed in now with the water. So we'll bring you back when this, I think what I will probably do is, once we're down to the lowest possible level, we will actually just drain the boiler and this this freshwater tank through the bungs, just to get rid of the last bits and pieces. Then we have to flush it right through, so fill it all up again and do the same thing again by getting rid of everything through the taps. I'll bring you back in a bit. Yeah, so it's all coming straight through the waste tank, which I've attached as I showed you. I don't know if I showed you earlier, but I've obviously now got a waste pipe that comes out of the back of the van, and that's now disappearing all the waste, which we will I think what we'll probably do is empty the rest from the bottom of the sump of the tank and also the boiler as well. So you can actually see in the water there, that's not pure clean water, it's actually the mix of the Purasol and the fresh water tank. Yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is what we tend to do is what we do is we'll turn the troomer off. So
the water
on the troomer, so we'll leave the troomer on.
Yeah.
Well, we could basically turn it off, so we've still got the van heating on, but we'll keep the troomer off. The water.
Actually, the heating works through the boiler, so I think it makes sense to...
the heating doesn't. The heating's a hot air.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So, the heating is a hot air through element or the gas.
Yeah.
So we could turn it all off. In fact, we don't really need the heating on. It's a very warm day.
No, we don't need it on.
So I'm going to try and, if I get my phone, put the torch on, I can actually show everybody what the latest level is.
Running the tap at the moment?
I'm still running the tap. You can hear the pump going. Let's have a look. Let's see how much we've got. Yeah, we're down to the bottom. Very close to the bottom of the pipe, the bottom of the tank now. That's good. So another 5 minutes. It does take, if you're going to do this, guys, it'll take you all day, because obviously what you need to do is fill up, then put the Purasol in if you've got a 50 litre tank or more, and then you've got to leave it for at least 4 hours. We left ours for 7. And then it takes a good 20 minutes to run the taps through, and the same to fill up, drain, fill up. So you've got to do that 3 times. Anyway, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, so I'm now going to drain the boiler. Get rid of all the water now that's in the tank and the boiler, and then we will start all over again. Right, so our tank, we've now drained that got the plug out to drain the final bit out of there. The pump was still running when I turned the taps off, so I might need to do something on that pressure adjustment, but the water level had got very low anyway. So now we've got to put the bung back in, close the boiler, yellow catch, and start filling up again. Okay, so that's now all cleared. Here we go. I will now put that catch, if I can film it and do it at the same time. There you go, all done. Okay, so we start filling the tank again. I'm sort of talking about if we were ever to have this on our drive, it would be a lot easier, but it wouldn't really, because you do have to drain everything out unless you've got a drain hole. Oh, hang on, pump needs to go on. Is it coming in?
It's coming in.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, unless you've got a drain close to where you are draining everything out, then obviously it's a bit of a pain. We should be able to have that anyway with a grey water drain.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I am full up again. Now, I don't know if anybody knows, I don't know what other motorhome tanks are like, but on the Adamo, maybe everybody can see that, but the tank goes right across the body of the motorhome. But then there's a bit at the top which is much narrower, only about maybe 1.5 foot narrow. So when your sensor is telling you it's 80% full, it's probably 90%, 92, 93% full, and then the last few percent just fly up because you're in this top bit. So I'm now absolutely full, and I'm going to go away and start the whole process again, which is getting the taps all running through, put the pump back on. When I turned the pump off, it was continuously running, so I might need to adjust that pressure switch again, but I'm gonna just go now and see how we get on. Let's put the pump back on. Yeah, and that's just totally running. So I need to go and adjust the pressure switch, and I'm going to ask Sue to help me here. Hello. So if you, when I shout, if you press that pump button, the tap, and I'm going to go and adjust the pressure switch, and you can tell me if it stops making a noise.
Right.
Maybe worth phoning each other up.
Okay.
I think. Yeah? Let's do it. Right, Sue's on the phone. Hello, Sue. Yeah. So I'm now in the I'm just going to get the camera so everybody can see. Right, Sue, can you put that pump on then?
Yeah.
Okay, turn it off. Right, so we've got a bit of an issue. Let's see what's going. So
It says it's not, but
it does. But listen, as soon as I put that on, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of an issue. Yeah, let's go and have a. What we're going to do now, guys, is we'll play around with the pressure switch, and we've got to get that pump from stopping, because otherwise we're not going to get any water through again, which is the same problem we had before we got here. And then we actually fixed it, and now we seem to have got the same issue, which is a real pain. Okay, so what we've done is, sorry, it's a right flipping difficult to explain, but basically what I've done is the pump was continuously running when the pump was switched on. So that's the pressure switch that needs adjusting. So to solve that, Sue runs the tap with the pump running. When she turns it off, we've got a problem because the pump keeps running. You can hear it. So what we do is Sue keeps that tap running. I go in, adjust the pressure switch. Sue turns it off. If it's still running, I adjust it some more. Sue puts it back on again, the tap. I adjust it some more. She turns it off. And suddenly, in the end, it started to pulse, like a pulsing noise. So I've adjusted it one more turn. Sue's put the tap on, and we'll show you now. I thought it stopped doing pulsing, but it actually now is pulsing. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and do one more. So it's just pulsing, but at least it stopped. But it was pulsing before. So let's just do that one more time, and I'll adjust it a little bit more and see if we can get it to stop pulsing. Right, another adjustment. Let's see what happens now. Hear the pump running, and off. There you go. So no pulse. So by constantly adjusting that pressure switch, you can in the end get rid of that pulse. If I'd have known that in France, we'd have had all that pulsing going on. So that's fixed it. By the sound of it, it is loud, probably needs cleaning or something, but and at some point may just get a Sherflow pump, but that's not for today. So here we go again. Let's get rid of all the water.
Well, you're running them all at once.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the pump doesn't like.
It might not. We've got to flush it all through though, so there we are. Okay.
What about flushing the room?
We could do that just quickly if it works with everything else going on. Huh? Yep. I'm not sure that worked with all these taps on.
Okay. Did you shut it again? Yeah.
Alright guys, so basically we are there, we've done it. So we're basically now just around to fill up again for the final time. That's taken, well, we started about 9 this morning, it's now about 4:45. So by the time we fill up it'll be at 5 o'clock. So you probably need to, if you've got 100 or 80 to 100 litre tank, you're going to probably need to, I would say, to allow at least 7 hours for this job. It's a long job, but it's very worth it and very necessary, because obviously you can get all sorts of some weird and wonderful bugs growing in your water tank, amoeba and all that sort of stuff. So if I were you, I would get this job done every 6 months like we do, because otherwise you could get some health issues. Okay, cheers guys. That's it guys. So we're basically taking us about, well, between 9 o'clock and about 5 o'clock, so that's what, 8 hours. And I would say you probably need, with a big tank like that, or anything over about 50 litres, you're going to need 6 to 7 hours to do this job, because it takes ages to fill up, ages to run it through the taps, and ages to fill it up again. And but it's very necessary, I think, because obviously your tank over time can get pretty dirty, and there's some horrible bugs and grubs and amoeba that can find their way in. We do it every 6 months, like I say. I probably think everybody should do it too. Hope that was useful. Right guys, so many people get problems with the water sensors in their water tank. They show completely the wrong level. Here's a way to override the sensor. Right guys, I'm just showing you how to get into the manufacturer settings, which is what we had to do to sort our pump issue out. What you do is, I'll show you, I'll do it this way so you can sort of see, hopefully. I've got pressing the up and down arrows together, then I'm hitting the pump, I'm taking my hand off the up and down arrows, and I'm the second one holding the pump to the light, and you can see it's gone to manufacturer's settings. If I hit the return button, I then get a load of settings here, and the pump system is down here. You can see it. Pump select is on, fill tank is on, auto pump, and that's the key one, auto pump is off. So then I go right down to the bottom, and all the other things I could change, but I don't want to change. Save and exit, and I'm back. But interestingly, we've got fill tank, we've also now got pump select, internal pump, which we never had before. So the fill tank is always nil because our sensor has been disabled, and it was useless anyway. Waste level's still working and everything else is still working, but the fill tank is 0, and that's it. Hi everybody, it is today the 5th of June, I believe. We are at a little CL, which is absolutely gorgeous, called Rectory Farm, up near a place called Sywell, which we've been here before. It's one of our local go-to sites, isn't it, Pitch? Northamptonshire, yeah. We might be back here for quite a while at some point, but that's another story. And
it's only we're not sure yet, so we can't really talk about that at the moment.
I'm going to do I've been here for 3 days. We've been here looking after our grandkids, and the reason which is the reason we've been here really for 3 days, we haven't done any wander around or showed you the site. We'll probably do that another day, but it's a brilliant little site. It's so well maintained. £12 per night.
Plus electricity. And
electricity if you want it. Now I reckon it's actually 4 nights we've been here. I reckon our electric will come to something like about £6.50. So what's that? Probably about £13.50 a night, which really is quite astounding these days.
Walking distance to a pub.
Yeah.
And
walking
nice
distance
countryside walks.
Yeah, walking distance to Sywell Airfield. We haven't done that again this time. I've got to pack up. I hate packing up in the rain. I don't know about you guys, but everything gets wet, including yourself. So screen covers off, electric sort of. Look at Susie. She loves it because she can just watch me getting soaked.
Hang on a minute.
Oh.
Hang on a minute. No, I don't.
What are you crying at?
Well, I just think it's no good moaning about it.
Oh, I'm not moaning.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't like it much.
Yeah.
But it's not really moaning. It's just part of life, isn't it? You have to. But when it's all wet, it's all your stuff has to go in again.
It's a shame because it is June. It's a shame the weather's not better. But
we haven't had great weather so far. I've been here 4 nights. I mean, we had one night where we sat out for a little bit, but you're sort of on a hill here, and it's been windy for 4 days and very changeable with a lot of rain now. And we're going to get rain for the next 2 or 3 days as well, which is the right thing. So a whole week out in the middle or early June, and yet we've got rubbish weather. So there we are. That's the UK,
hopefully
isn't it?
It'll improve soon.
Anyway, I'm blathering as always. So we will see. We will see you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers, guys. Okay, guys. I did promise some wildlife footage at the start of the video. So this is what we've witnessed in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And then our favourite sighting, 2 otter cubs playing as Mum watches on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget you can subscribe here on YouTube, but we're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and the Polar Steps app. See you on the next one, guys.